Hello and welcome back to Oolykee Gaming and welcome back to another episode of Workers and Resources Soviet Republic Mod Monday. We have Tito statues, residential buildings and Antonov planes. Again, check out, there's around 30-ish mods released in the last 7 days. You're gonna find something nice for yourself there. Go to the workshop. This is just something that caught my eye and I'm gonna be using in my Let's Plays. Build 1007 residential buildings type 93 description. There's a big description, I'm gonna skip that. There's a lot of buildings and they're absolutely beautiful. I love the color scheme. I'm gonna be using these buildings myself. We're gonna go and check out some of them. We're gonna compare it to vanilla. But first let's check out the details on these bad boys. First of all, there is around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12 buildings, I believe. 12-ish buildings. I believe I built them all, just in case if I'm mistaking something. Sorry about that, it's not intentional. But let's see what we're dealing with. 108 people, 97 people, 108. These ones a little bit bigger, and I think we have kind of triple size, 171. They are quite comparable to vanilla buildings, so it's not going to be hard to... These two are not part of that. It's not going to be hard to compare it to vanilla buildings, so let's get started. 171. So if we go to our mod section, all the way in the back are the newest mods that I installed. We have the 160 people. You can see 35,000 rubles. I can straight away tell you that these are almost the double the price of the vanilla buildings. We're gonna check them all out, but I don't think there's need to compare any individual buildings. The cheapest one is 24,000, and I know that the most expensive ones, and this is for 81 people, and the most expensive one in vanilla is the under 20,000, I believe. Here we go. We have prefabs, 190 people. We have 100. Do we have the smaller one as well? 179 is 16,000. So 16,000 rubles is something that you can expect. The most expensive residential buildings, and these are the cheapest ones are 28, and that will be for 80 people. Can we compare this 80 people then? 75, 7,500, so it would be like 4 times more expensive, the cheapest building. But the more expensive ones are like double the price. So quite realistic price. The buildings are really beautiful. There's a lot of details on them, so this is gonna be a nice fitting neighborhood if you decide to go for something like this. Anyway, big thumbs up from on my side, so please go and check out the link in the description of the video. There's a huge description of these buildings as well. We have 2 mods from Mr. Abelian Hike 852. We're gonna first talk about the right hand side one, EDSK A1-451KP prefab. This is Yerevan Domo Stoil Kombinat. Yerevan Housing Building Combined Enterprise, typical building. These buildings were popular in Soviet Armenia and Yerevan, but they're also being built even nowadays. During the last 5 years, several buildings accepted first inhabitants in 2019. Capacity is 108 people and quality 86%, and there's a description in Russian as well. Okay, so this is the building that we're talking about, 108 people. I like this, and I have opinion about this. Like when I construct a building, there's a lot of effort went into the details. You can see that Mr. Abelian Hike is improving greatly with the lighting and everything else, so I really appreciate that. You can see the depth of the balconies, all the small details, the windows and the doors and all that stuff. It looks fabulous, looks magnificent. I really like that. The only thing I personally, this is just a personal thing, I don't like when we construct a new building and it looks like an old building, but that's just a small, you know, if you want to look your city or look a little bit, you know, like it's been there for a while, this is better for late games or after you construct a building. But you know, they don't age. Buildings don't age in the game, so whatever you build is gonna be like that. Personally, I like new looking buildings, but I know that there's a lot of people who like these as well. Okay, 108 people. How does it compare to vanilla buildings? We have something in hundreds range, 127. Let's go first and check Mr. Abelian Hike's building over here. So it would be, I believe, this one here, 108 people, 8,000 rubles. Okay, and then vanillas. If we go to vanilla over here, do we have 100? We have 97 over here, and it's a little bit more expensive than Mr. Abelian Hikes. And then we have a little bit bigger ones here. Let's see, 127, it's 11,000. So Abelian Heights building here is comparable in price. I think it's a little bit cheaper. Also, I would like to just check how many apartments are there. So let's say that the balcony is an apartment, even though it doesn't have to be. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 floors. And it looks like there's a 10th floor as well. Not a lot of windows there. I'm not sure if these look like a balconies or loggias or whatever. It's a proper name for it. It could be 10 stories high, but let's say 9 stories high times 4. 9 times 4 is 36, and 36 on the other side, that would be, yeah, more than enough. This would be luxurious apartments. So if we have 36, 9 times 4 on this side, and then 9 times 4 on the other side, let's see, maybe they are apartments like through the whole building, so 36 would be number of apartments. I'm not really sure, but it looks like the whole size of the building, that you can see apartments on the side as well, these balconies over here. So I think it's quite realistic. I wanted to say that it can be even a bigger capacity if it's, you know, if you reflect one side of the building to the other and then say, okay, there's this many apartments there, that would be 72, and then 108 people and 72 apartments, that would be like really a luxurious building. So this is a luxurious building. The only thing I would say, it's a little bit on a cheap side, unfortunately. It costs just under 9,000, which is comparable to vanilla ones. I would put it a little bit more expensive, just, you know, for the sake of it. But well, this is really nice as well. Now this is the entrance to the building. Looks quite run down. This is, I think, the only entrance to the building. Let's see if we put the footpaths. Yeah, this is the only entrance to the building if you want to build it. You can see how run down the walls look like. Okay, let's move on. In the other building would be 9th floor prefab, again by Abelian Heights A1-451KP. A typical prefab series from Yerevan, Armenia. These buildings are located in the southwest part of Yerevan. People call them Cheburashka building because of the balconies layout. Capacity 72, quality 78. Description in Russian as well. So these are the buildings, 72 capacity. They look nice. I'm not sure about the color scheme. They look too bright for in this country. They look a little bit newer than the other buildings, so I really like it. I like that it has the cinder block or the brick basement or lower floors. It shows the different materials that were used in construction of this building. Now, entrances to these buildings looks like freaking entrance to prison. I'm pretty sure that it's quite realistically made. It's just, you know, whoever designed it, you know, it could have been a little bit more cheerful, but it's fine as well. Balconies look like they're a little bit on the small side, but it definitely gives you a lot of privacy there. I'm not sure why is this concrete block here, so you can't see on one side of the balcony. But anyway, it's really beautiful building. Something that you're gonna definitely see in my Let's Plays. Now, 72 people. How does this compare to vanilla one? We have the prefab buildings here from Abelian Heights. That would be this one, 72, 5,800 is the price. So if we go to vanilla, 72, 75 and 73, they are comparable in price. Again, it's same as vanilla buildings. I wouldn't mind if they're a little bit more expensive. I'm still gonna be using them, but definitely not a cheaty mod. Definitely the price range it's out there. Right, Josip Broz Tito statue by Equinox Nova. After months of searching, I finally was able to track down a 3D scan of Marshal Tito. Many thanks to Tadej for providing the scan of the statue. Be sure to check out his work on Sketchfab or visit the shop on Etsy. You have both of those links. All rights belong to original author of the model. Statue comes in 5 sizes: XXL, XL, M and S. I was only able to find 4, but we're gonna double check this as well. About Josip Broz Tito was the... You know what? I'm gonna leave you to see who it is, because this is my favorite mod, this Mod Monday. This is definitely something that I appreciate, I like, and I'm gonna be using. This is gonna be Alpha and Omega go-to statue to place around the city. By the way, my family has a small one as well for home, one of these from Josip Broz Tito. Great man, great man. Right, so let's see what this is. Oh, right, I totally forgot. Is this the smallest one? Yes, I forgot. I missed this little statue here. So yes, you have 5 different ones. They have 5% quality. I'm gonna be honest and say that this is very low. It needs to be definitely more and more influence. I'm kidding. It's pretty high influence, by the way, but I don't care. I don't mind. This is something that it's Alpha and Omega for me, and I'm gonna be using this Alpha like all the time. You're gonna see this in my Let's Plays. This is the Tito, Josip Broz Tito, president of Yugoslavia, who died in 1980. But you have description, a little bit of a short biography of his in the link in description of the video if you go to this mod. Now let's see how much it cost. It actually doesn't matter how much it cost. I really just, like, it looks like it's a fair price. 22,000 for the biggest one and 1,100 or 1,200 for the smaller one. How does it compare to vanilla statues? Now vanilla statues, Star would be the one with the biggest range. It looks like it's a bigger one. It should be more expensive, so Tito should be a little bit cheaper. But Tito, this is a statue that this is not just a star welded pieces of metal together. This is the statue actually that was created and worked on. So it's much more complicated to build. So fair price is fair. Now, if I'm gonna be honest, this could have a lower influence, so if you go here, this could have a little bit lower government loyalty influence, 7% and 550 meters, but for me it really doesn't matter. Sometimes this loyalty is more of a pain in the rear end than actual something that is quite kind of realistic in the game, but I'm gonna be using this, all of those. My favorite mod is Mod Monday. More details, link, description, video. Construction office by Dimdrul. So this is Stroikontora. My Russian is really bad, sorry about that. I'm gonna go and read the English version. Construction office for 18 vehicles, stores 30 tons of fuel, resource required 50. Okay, you have resources required 4 tons of steel, 15 tons of boards, 11 tons of asphalt, gravel, concrete, all this stuff is there. This is a construction office, it looks nice. Now bear in mind that this map that we're going to demonstrate has unique geography, and it's really hard to find flat ground here to build something, so these edges look a little bit bendy, but that's not due to mod, that's due to map, because it's so difficult to build stuff here. I should have flattened this a little bit more before placing the building. Now it has skins as well. You can change the skins, as you can see here on the main structure, how it changes colors. That's all up to you. Oh, so reminds me of Stalker. But anyway, this is the building. Let's go and check out how it compares to vanilla one. It has a couple of entrances here. You see the fuel storage. Now is this 30 tons? I'm not really sure. No, I don't know. I'm not gonna judge it. If this fuel tank, and who knows, it's the only fuel tank, but it doesn't matter. Looks really nice. It looks run down. It looks really nice. Something that I actually prefer it to be run down rather than residential buildings, because you always have some machinery moving around. Right, so all the way in the buildings here, we have the construction office, 7,657 rubles to build it in this part of the map. So far from the border, that doesn't matter. We're gonna try to build the other construction offices just for comparison. And we have the construction office vanilla with 12 vehicles at 6,000. So this is a little bit more expensive, but it has more vehicle space, 18 compared to 12. So this is the building that we are talking about. So price is quite fair. Number of vehicles, we can populate it just so we have different, just to see what kind of, how vehicles would look on this map. And we're gonna go for a couple of tower cranes, and we're gonna go for a couple of these road cranes. There we go. So this is how it would look. This is where the vehicles would be populated. Anyway, this is really nice mod, and again, something that you're gonna see in my Let's Plays. If you want to know more about this mod, link in the description of the video. Comrade Joe and Series 93 Lowrises from Murmansk region, my favorite region of Russia, cold north. 5-story residential buildings of the Series 93 Panelkas is built in town like Apatiti and Kirovsk in Murmansk region in late 70s and 80s. A pack consists of 5 modules, all collisionless. Yeah, that's actually, that helped me in this. I'm gonna explain this as well. So they can be placed in contact with each other from typical little blocks QE. Anyway. So let's check out what this is. We have buildings. They also have skins. You can choose different types of skins if you want for these buildings. So as you can see here, we have greens, blues. This one looks like it's a red one, but we can change it into Nope, that's it. We have like 5 skins for each, 4 or 5 skins for each, and that's it. Right, so these are the buildings. They have capacities 40, 80, 40, 40, and 40. They look like that it is the capacity. We can go and try to calculate how many apartments is there. We have 5 floors, and let's say that is 5 times, let's say that there's 3 apartments on each side here, two of them with balconies, 1 without it. It could be even 2 apartments, and that would be 5 times 2, that would be 10, and then 10 on the other side times 2, 20. So no, we would have to assume that there is 4 apartments here per building. So we have 1 apartment here, sorry, per side. So this would be 20 apartments on this side and 20 apartments on this side. No, this would be too much then. That would be 40 apartments, and we have 2 people per apartment. So we need to make this make sense with 20 apartments in the whole building. So that means 10 apartments on each side, which is exactly what I said in the beginning. So this is quite luxurious. All 4 segments here would be 1 apartment, so that would be 10 apartments here, 10 apartments on the other side, and that would be times 2, that would be 20 times 2, 40 people living in this building. So quite realistic size wise. I'm not gonna count the rest of them because this is just 2 buildings combined. They are the same model. And by the way, collisionless, yes, this terrain that I'm building on, it's really difficult. It takes a lot of time to level it, so they are floating above because they don't have any collisions. If you want to place this building somewhere, you're gonna have to flatten the ground yourself first, and I suggest to do so because nobody likes floating buildings like this. I like collisionless buildings, but I also invest effort to place them in a proper place. This is something that you're gonna see in my Let's Plays. Now let's go and check out the building with their respectable capacities. We have 80 people, they have 16,000, 6,000 for the smaller ones. I can straight away tell you that they are realistic, even a little bit more expensive than vanilla buildings, which is positive. By the way, just so you don't know, if we are saying that it's more expensive, that means that it's a good thing. They're not cheaty buildings. All of these buildings with a similar capacity cost more. This one costs more than those. I think there was one building that cost a little bit more. That would be this one, 41 flat bricks. But others are quite realistic in price, 6,000, so definitely not a cheaty building. Link in description of the video. We have Frotsy and Antonov 26. There's a description in Russian, which I'm not gonna go and butcher, and there's no description in English, but I think more or less we can see it's 5,500 kilograms. That's probably the weight that it can carry. 540 kilometers per hour, 435 kilometers per hour, that would be probably cruising speed. Range 1,100 kilometers. Again, I'm assuming this, and there's another range, probably extended range 2,600 kilometers. These are just specifications that are really not important for this game, and how long the airstrip is needed for it, and you know, this kind of stuff, and of course beautiful pictures in real life of this plane, and of course in game. So what is this plane? We have, I believe we have only, I noticed only one type of ship, one type of plane, but let's check it out. So if we go and try to purchase a plane, we go all the way in the end, we have only this one, 55,000 rubles. Okay. So something in this, it is a little bit cheaper than these, but let's see the capacity. Capacity is 6 tons of steel. We can align it with that, 6 tons of steel or 6 tons of boards. Looks like it's a pretty low capacity, but it's a small plane. It has skins, by the way, it has skins. I sold this one because it's same as this one. I'm sorry for clicking, but you can see the decals here under the SSSR, CCCP. You see that there's a red line there, and on this one is a blue line. Maybe it's going to be more visible on the light side, or a black line, decal line on the side of the plane. This one is red. Unfortunately, you can't really see that well when you're purchasing the plane. Oh, we can do this. Let's see if I can unselect the plane. Unfortunately, I can't. Here we go. These are the decals that we have. It's only 2 versions, blue and red. Okay, we have both of those. You can see how the flag changes the color and a little bit, and on the side of the plane the red color there is also different. So these are the 2 Antonov ones. How do they compare price wise to something else? AN-12, which is much bigger. You can see AN-12, it's a way bigger plane. This is a small cargo plane. Actually, you know what, I'm interested to see how When is it supposed to be built? 1969, 1986 in Soviet Union. Yeah, so it's not really a late game, but you're gonna need a few years to get this blueprint in order to produce this plane. Now, this is something, if you want it, you're gonna have it. It doesn't matter if it's a mod or not because of the price, but does it compare to any other plane here with the capacity? Unfortunately, I didn't find anything with such a low capacity for materials. Let's see. This would be passenger, cargo only, here we go. So we have Antonov AN-70, which is a huge plane, Ilyushin, and Antonov. No, all of them are bigger than this plane, so it's quite small. It is more affordable. Like I said initially, it costs 56,000 rubles to buy. All other planes are twice the price, but they have 4 times the capacity. So I think the price-wise, it's quite realistic. Now, if somebody wants this, I think if you like planes, you're gonna definitely like this one. I give you Northeast of Russia by Frotsey. The map of the territories of the northeast of Russia includes Magadan region, the Chukotka Autonomous Okrug and Kamchatka territory, part of Yakutia and Khabarovsk territory. There's also a description in Russian, but we're gonna go and cover. This is one of my favorite and the most interesting parts of Russia, the far east. It's like far from Khabarovsk even. It's a Magadan region. Magadan, you can find it on the map. It has like a T-shaped peninsula, and it's in the short part of the T-shaped peninsula, as you can see here. This is the city or town of Magadan here. This is the last quote-unquote bigger cities in Russia, and it was in the Soviet Union. It's really far away. Right, so this is the map. We're gonna go and check out the map. It's not too... terrain is horrible. Terrain, it took me a while to even build these buildings that we constructed for the mod Monday. It took me a while because terrain is like this. Let's check this out. It's all hilly. It's all hilly in this coastal area where you can build something. We have a little bit more flatter grounds the north you go towards the polar circle, but other than that, it's all hilly and really hard to level out and to use. So my suggestion is prepare yourself with patience, and you're gonna need it to flatten the areas where you wanna build the cities. Okay, so let's check out the map. It looks, you can recognize here Kamchatka area. That would be Khabarovsk somewhere here, and I don't know if this is Sakhalin. It should be separated from the rest of the map, but it's not. We have one NATO connection. This is towards the United States, and we have 2 Soviet connections to the rest of the Soviet Union. Are they named? They are Yakutskaya Tamozh. Yakutskaya Tamozh. I think it means Yakutsk in that direction. Then we have Nikolaevsk, and then we have Sakhalin. Oh yeah, this is the Sakhalin, like I said. Peninsula, it would have, Sakhalin has like a fork down in the south part, but it's not connected with land to it should be an island, but I think for the sake of simplicity here. Now, this looks beautiful. This picture, you can see all the geography that is happening around here. Let's see these little rivers here. Let's go F2 and let's remove the map. Can we even see this? Maybe we can't. There should be a river going through here. But anyway, I'm gonna leave it here and I'm gonna go and check the resources first. Now, you have decent amount of coal. Unfortunately for you, it's all the way on the other side of the map. Just let me see if you can export this with ships. We're gonna go for F2. Yeah, but only NATO countries. You're not gonna be able to export from here to Soviet countries. You're gonna have to build it harbor all the way down here, which is not really close by. We have a little small village, Anadiri, little village here. I'm not sure what that exactly is. I'm gonna have to do a little bit more research because it obviously has some significance, like Magadan over there. Okay, so coal reserves are all the way here. Iron reserves are like decent. I mean, I know that this has a lot of iron, but I like it how it's distributed. I like it that it's not 100%. You have a couple of places 100% here in the middle of the map, and some oil all the way in the north. Again, you're not gonna it's not close for you to export this, so even though it has a lot of resources, which Siberia is plentiful of resources, it's not that easily accessible. Oil, like we said, in the north. We have some uranium in the northwest, and then we have some bauxite in in the middle. So resource-wise, you have resources, but they're not really close by for you to export, especially oil and the coal. They're closer to United States rather than Soviet countries. So if you want to export one of these resources, which you usually start with, you're gonna have to build a big infrastructure to do so first. But anyway, this is the map. This is what I want to show you. So definitely my favorite map this mod Monday. Petropavlovsk, of course. Petropavlovsk over here. This is also a significant city, town in Far East. Anyway, if you enjoy this video, please don't forget to press the like button. If you didn't, you can leave a nasty comment in the comment section. Let me know what do you think about any of the mods here. If you like, subscribe, notification bell, ring in the comment section, hit it. And if you want to support the channel, you have description of the video. Happy Monday, guys, and have a good one. Bye bye.